CBS presents this program in color.
Everyone in this arena has a money stake in one of our famous couples as we play the game of celebrity gossip, Tattletales. And here's the star of Tattletales, Bert Convey.
Hello there. Welcome to Tattletales. And thank you very much. That was nice. What a good group we have today. You're all enthusiastic, and that's lovely. You sit back and enjoy yourselves. We have some people on today that I'm very happy to call friends. They're lovely, wonderful people, and a new couple that has never been on Tattletales before, and you're going to meet them all right now. Winning money today for the blues section, we have Alan Ludden and his wife, Betty White.
I don't believe this audience.
I know. Winning money today for the banana section, country singer Bill Anderson and his wife, Becky. And winning money today for the red section from the man from Atlantis, Patrick Duffy and his wife, Carlin.
I don't believe that audience.
Oh, they haven't even warmed up yet. Wait till they all get awake and ready to go, right, gang? Oh, I know we have some groups from different, we'll find out where they're all from.
I wonder if they know in the red section that it's the new kids always that win this thing.
Well, we talk about that. Now, wait. Patrick, welcome, and Carlin,
but the
welcome to you.
Andersons did very well the last time we were together.
You were on the show together with them?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that.
We were here.
Oh.
He's spoken up for the blues. He's spoken up for the reds, the bananas. We're the strong, silent type, right?
Well, thank you. That's our show. It's been nice being with you. Here's the first question. Come on, gang. I'll be too old for the part. This one's worth $150. A gypsy reads your husband's palm, and she says he's going to have an affair with a young woman who has red hair, is left-handed, and drives a sports car. A week later, he starts a new show. The co-star of his new show is a young woman who has red hair, is left-handed, and drives a sports car. Would you be a little more concerned about this woman than usual? Yes or no? Goodbye. It certainly could happen. I mean, it's not beyond the realm of possibility, is it, Alan?
Is this a continued show? I mean, this goes on tomorrow. We're just beginning. I would say she would say yes, because she loves to be superstitious. She loves to believe in those things.
Does she go to
Have you
prom?
seen Close Encounter of the Third Kind?
No, I haven't.
Marvelous. She loves all that sort of thing. So the answer is yes, she would believe that the
there would be more,
fortune teller had some sort of credence.
Yeah. Does she go to a palmist or a fortune teller or anything like that?
But if she went, she'd believe it.
She would believe it. All right, the answer is she would, yes, she'd be concerned. Here she comes. Well, you know what we're talking about here, that left-handed redhead with a sports car. Would you be more concerned than usual if he did start a new show with that lady?
Why, Bert, I mean, everyone knows what an angel I am.
Yes.
I would kill her.
Yes, with your right hand. You're right. Wait a minute. In all fairness, who would you kill, the redhead or the gypsy fortune teller? I mean, she's the one who started it all. Oh, wrong.
I'd go right for the redhead.
Right for the redhead,
straight,
right.
Straight
I
ahead.
feel that way, too. I go right for the redheads. Okay.
And the blonde and the brunette.
What will Becky say?
You really want to know what's funny?
What?
I'm telling you the honest-to-goodness truth. I reorganized my band this year. I hired a girl who's red-haired, left-handed, and drives a sports car.
Whoops.
So help me.
Oh! You're kidding.
No, I'm telling you the truth. I didn't go to
How do you know she's left-handed, Bill?
Because there are four of us.
What?
That's not a nice question.
No, in my
curious.
case, I've got a beautiful answer.
Oh.
Because in my group, there are four of us, including myself,
Yes.
who are left-handed, and when we stop to eat, we all sit on the same side of the table, so we won't elbow each other.
Oh, what a good answer. Not true, but it's a very good answer.
I forgot the question.
I did too. No, the gypsy fortune teller.
Oh, in other words, would she?
Tell
Yeah,
us
I
Becky.
think so. Yeah, I think so.
I think so, too. In fact, she might not be too thrilled about this now when we mention it. That's really funny, isn't it? Okay, here she comes.
Well, Bill's already working with 2 redheads.
Oh.
So I don't think I'd be too much concerned.
No. Who said you would be? He mentioned one left-handed redhead who drives a sports car is working with now. You mean there's 2?
Yeah, they're twins.
They're twin
And they're
sisters.
twins?
They're twin sisters.
Yeah, but the other one's right-handed.
Oh, well.
She sits on the other side.
Then
of the
that
table.
doesn't count.
Oh, does this mean I should be concerned?
No, not at all, Becky. I don't want you to read anything into this question.
But you should have said yes.
But we do know for a fact that she is left-handed and does drive a sports car, has red hair. Don't you worry about it, though, Becky. I mean, after all, this is only make-believe here. Patrick, what will Carlin say?
I think she'll say yes because she's generally nervous about any woman I'm working with. So.
She is? Really?
Yeah,
is it tough for her to watch you kissy-kissy, you know?
Yeah, I think she gets a little uneasy, maybe.
Yeah.
But I'm home every night.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. What we want to do is, where do you spend your afternoons, though, Patrick, is the question. All right, you're going to say, yeah, she would be. Here she comes. Colin, the fortune teller has told you that Patrick's going to have an affair with a redhead, left-handed, who drives a sports car, and then he starts a show, and there's a girl, his co-star on the show fits that description perfectly. Are you going to be more concerned than usual?
Yes.
That's right. That's what he said. Yes. Patrick and Carlin and Betty and Alan are right. They split the first question and asked. We'll come back with question number 2 after this message for you. I'll see you later. Okay, here we go. Question number 2 coming up. This is it. If you're ready, ladies, it's worth $150 to you, right? Here's how it goes. Do any of you have dresses now that you feel are too young for you? Yes or no? Okay, that's it. Goodbye. We'll start with you, Bill. You're laughing already.
Yeah, because not only are they too young for her, they're too small for her. Can I make an announcement?
I think you better, yes.
I'm about to announce to the world, nobody knows this. I'm going to be a papa and she's going to be a mama.
Oh,
Very, very soon.
that's wonderful.
How about that?
Oh, that's terrific.
June. Great. So in view of that, I would say she better say yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you for telling us that and sharing that with everybody.
Well,
That's
you led
nice
right
of you.
into it. The question was perfect.
Sure did, didn't it? Okay, you'll say yes. Here she comes. Becky, do you have any dresses now that you feel are too young for you? Yes or no?
I'm afraid to open my mouth on this one. After I have a few I could send down to the redhead. I think probably yes.
That's what the man said. He announced on the air that you are expecting. Becky.
Yes,
Yes,
that's
you
true.
did, which is lovely.
That's true.
That's
Thank
wonderful. You know, if you come back again now before the baby's born and you're really showing that for years now, your child can tune in on the reruns of Tattletales and see him or her in you, which is what, that's what Bob Newhart's wife is doing. She was we did the nighttime show, and Ginny was very pregnant. So now, for years, that show will be running, and her child can tune in and say, see, there I was before I was born. It's a unique kind of thing. You'll do that.
Ask us back. Ask us back
Oh.
about May.
About May. When's the baby due?
June.
Perfect. That's the time. Patrick, what will Carlin say?
Well, we're just starting to clean out clothes that I wore in high school, and she wore. I mean, it was a long dry spell before the show.
Wait a
came.
minute. We're talking about dresses here, Patrick.
Yeah. Well, I don't have any myself.
High school.
No, that I think she probably has a few left in the closet that she still hasn't thrown away yet.
Okay, still some dresses
I'll say
hanging around.
yes.
From high school, huh?
Well, not from high school.
But maybe from a year or 2 or 3 or 4 ago.
From when the styles changed.
Yeah, how long ago was the miniskirt? That was about 4
What time
years
is it?
ago?
They're back
5
again.
years ago? 10 years ago? 9? No, it wasn't that long, was it?
Yeah.
How about
Gee.
8, 9?
I miss it so, don't you? Things have never been the same since then. Okay, you'll say yes. Here
Yes,
comes
I do.
Carlin. Carlin, do you have any dresses now that you feel are too young for you?
No, but I have some pants that
You have some pants that are too young for you?
are. Yeah, I think I do, actually.
Okay, that's not what Patrick said. He said maybe you had some around, Do you have a mini skirt hanging around any place or anything like that?
Certainly not.
Certainly not.
Patrick, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Well,
Must have been the redhead's closet I was
yeah.
looking at.
Whoops. Well, you hang around, you learn here. You know what I mean? Alan, what will Betty say?
Well, I've still got some clothes left from high school.
Yeah.
Oh, are
Never
they
mind.
Back in style again.
I don't even have any clothes left from World War II. Listen, this is short, isn't it? Because I know she's got things that an hour too short, and she can't wear them because just last night there was a dress that she decided was too short, but that's like an inch or so.
Yeah.
But young,
Yeah.
no, I don't think so. I think that Betty will wear anything that she thinks looks good, and that she doesn't think of a dress being too young for her or too old for her. I hope she says no, Blues, but you know us. You're going to say, you think she... No, I don't think she has any clothes that are too young.
Well, then
for
say
her.
no.
That's what I said was no.
That's what I heard.
But they groaned a lot.
Well, they do that. That's because you haven't won yet. When you won, they'll cheer.
All right.
Here she comes. Betty, do you have any dresses now that you feel are too young for you? Yes or no?
That I feel are too young.
Yes, dear.
It's either my rompers or my cheerleading outfit. No.
That's what he said. See, now you can share.
You
Betty and Alan and Becky and Bill are right. Split it in half at halftime, gentlemen. Step to the rear. The ladies will come out front with the back with the second half of Tattletales after this message for you. See you in a moment.
Bundle.
All right, here we are after halftime. And I have a good question, too. Listen to this, you guys. See if your wives know the answer, too. Men, what's the most embarrassing thing that ever happened to you while performing in front of an audience? Okay? There must be something sticks in your mind. Off you go. Carlin, we're going to start with you. You having trouble with that?
Yes, I am. I really am. I don't think he's ever told me about anything embarrassing. Probably something happened, but he didn't tell me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has he done any theater or places where, been in places where he's been in front of a live audience like that?
Oh, yes, he was trained in theater. That's
Right.
really how he started his career.
Yeah.
But he's very well coordinated. I don't think he's ever fallen down or dropped his trousers or done anything like that.
No. I don't think dropping your trousers is what we had in mind. I mean, that only happens to Milton Berle, I think. Yeah, but then on the other hand, okay, nothing comes to mind, eh? Because he'll probably have something, is the only thing. Did he ever mention to you about going up in his lines or somebody walking in the wrong cue or for missing a cue? Or?
Oh, yes. As a matter of fact, I think he did go absolutely blank once in a performance. Probably like in high school, maybe. Even as far back as that. Went totally blank for quite a period of time and just tried to make up lines.
Yeah. Well, that's embarrassing.
Yes,
Except
very.
usually the audience isn't aware it's you. They think it's everybody else. Because you'll keep talking. So I think that the main thing is that everything is, and then everybody else stands around frozen. You'll say he went up in his lines in a play in high school.
Yes.
Here he comes. See if that's it. Patrick, what is the most embarrassing thing that ever happened to you while performing in front of an audience?
In front of an audience. Now, I'm going to stick my neck out because I assume that means in front of an audience and not in front of a camera. So I'm going to say that it was, I told her this story. I was in a college production and was completely up on lines until, in a very dramatic, extremely dramatic tragedy, and the entire cast and everybody started going...
Yes, we'll give you that. It wasn't, she said high school, it was college, but you went up on your lines, and that was it. That's it. Yes. Absolutely. What's fair is fair. You went totally up on your lines, and that's the one she remembered, and just because it was college and not high school, it's still the most embarrassing thing that happened. What about Alan? What will he say?
What about Alan? Now, actually, I'd have to say on camera, but there's an audience, for...
Right, same thing.
Alan doesn't embarrass all that easily. We've done a lot of stock together, and he's usually pretty solid on his lines. He walks out on stage if he's in doubt and he figures it'll come to him, and it usually does, the rat. But on Password one day, he didn't drop his trousers, but he came out all ready to do the show, and his fly was at half-mast.
Yeah. Yeah, that could be embarrassing.
He may not have noticed, and he may not remember, but it was.
You noticed. And did the audience notice, too?
Oh, he got a big hand.
Oh, big hand.
He got a medium-sized hand.
Better than a laugh. That's the kind of laugh you don't want to get, you know? Okay, you'll say his fly was at half-mast. Here he comes. Alan, what is the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you in front of an audience?
Well, I don't know. I mean, there were a lot of things I did on Password and now on Liars Club that I guess I should have been embarrassed about, but I wasn't. I just didn't know any better. However, one time doing Critics' Choice, a play that we did, the curtain came up, I'm on stage, I'm supposed to open the scene dictating, but I don't know what I think somebody's supposed to come in, so I don't know what to do, so I go out and walk into the set, wait for the phone to ring or somebody to come in, and finally they had to tell me where I was. Was that what Betty said?
No, that's not what you said. But that's an interesting story.
A long one, but...
And I'm sure embarrassing for you.
What did she say?
You want me to tell him or do you want to tell him?
Let's keep it our secret.
Yes, thank you, Alan.
No, what
You'll
did she
never know.
say?
It was so embarrassing we can't even say it again.
It was so
just...
embarrassing I wasn't even embarrassed.
Oh, it was so awful.
What was it about?
We don't want to go into it now. Thank you, Alan. Becky, what will Bill say? just leave him wondering there for the rest of the show. What's the most embarrassing thing that ever happened to Bill in front of an audience?
How much time do I have?
That many, eh?
Yeah, a lot of things have happened to him, but when you asked that question, the thing that came to mind was when he was in high school. The first time that he was ever on stage was in a talent contest, and he had a little group, and that he had gone off stage after performing, and they were changing clothes, and they came in and told him they won, and so he goes back out to do an encore, and his pants are unzipped.
Right.
And so I think he ended up holding the guitar down around his knees or something.
Anyway, thank you, Becky. I want to thank you for that answer. It was a lovely answer. Let's bring him on here before we all lose our place. Hey, Bill!
Hey, Bill.
Uh-oh.
Bill, I've got new respect for you.
The way these guys are sitting back here laughing, I wonder what she told. I don't think she told what I'm thinking.
I can't hardly wait to hear it. Bill, what's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you while performing in front of an audience?
I have a feeling I'm about to tell you the second most embarrassing. The only thing I can think of is the very first time when I was in high school and I performed on a little talent show at the school where I was, and me and all the guys had gone out and bought us some little homemade cowboy shirts and had on some pants that matched, and we went out and performed on a talent show. And when it was over, we went back into the dressing room to change back into our school clothes. And they came running in the dressing room and said, hey, you hear all that applause out there? That's for you guys. You won the show. Go on back out. They want you to do another song. And we all got excited, and I was scared to death. And I went running back out there, and I got right out there in front of all my classmates and teachers, and I felt a draft.
Total wind.
Did I get it right? Is that what she said?
Yeah. Right. That's the story, Bill. We'll split that one in half. Now we have a nice three-way tie. We'll come back in a moment and break the three-way tie with the $300 question.
Next, Alan Ludden tries to stay off the naughty list while Betty's trying to get on it on Tattletales. Then Betty and Alan return on Password Plus. Stay tuned.
Nancy.
As you can see, we have a three-way tie. Everybody's got $150, guys, and this question is worth $300, and this will decide it for the day. We have to move it a little bit. If we had longer days, would you use the extra hours for business or for pleasure? That's a good question, isn't it? Like if the day was 26 hours long, how would you use those 2 extra hours, for business or pleasure? Off you go. Betty, what do you think? What would Alan do with an extra long day?
Pleasure. He'd go out in the garden.
He would, really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because he's got enough to do, and he would say, oh, boy.
That's right.
Some more
Well, I
leisure.
don't know whether he'd say, oh, boy, but...
Well, I didn't mean to write the dialogue for you. Okay, he'll spend it in pleasure. Here he comes. How would you spend the extra hours of that day, in business or pleasure?
Business, since business is kind of...
No, that's not what Betty said. No, she didn't.
Well, I don't know what's the matter with her.
Well, she was wrong.
And I never knew what was embarrassing. That's embarrassing.
Yeah, but that isn't the most embarrassing, Alan. And you'll never know, because no one's going to tell you. We're not going to say a word. Becky, what will Bill say?
Oh, I think pleasure.
Pleasure?
Pleasure.
Really?
A year ago, I think he would have said business, but he's beginning to slow down more, and I think pleasure.
Yeah, I don't wonder.
I hope so.
Cut it out, Betty. Well, we were both on the verge. Here he comes. You'll say pleasure.
What are you doing?
Hey, Bill, if you had longer days, what would you do with those extra hours? Would you spend them on business or pleasure?
There was a time I would have said business. Today, I'd say pleasure.
That's it, on the button. Exactly what the lady said.
Beautiful.
On the button. Thank you, Billy. Carlin, what will Patrick say?
He would say pleasure, I think in the really broad sense of friends and family and study and maybe painting or sculpting, something like that.
Right, so he'll say pleasure. Here he comes. Patrick, this is for the game. If you get this, you can tie Becky and Bill. What would you spend those extra hours on, business or pleasure?
I would say I would spend them on pleasure.
That's correct, you got it. Colin and Patrick and Becky and Bill are right. They split the 300. Time is up and they tie the Bananas and the Reds. We'll come back in just a moment and give the Bananas and the Reds their money. They deserve it, don't they? Oh. Where are we? Oh, it's the end of the show, gang. Guess what? The Bananas and the Reds won with $300. We had 1,000. They will divide $1,600 between them. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for watching us on Tattletales. Bert Thomas saying so long. See you next time.
This is Gene Wood speaking for Tattletales. A Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production. This program has been edited for broadcast.
It's hard for me to believe that my boys are grown men. One minute they're tracking mud through the living room, and then all of a sudden, you're watching them walk down the aisle. Wally still lives in Mayfield. He's a successful attorney and dated like one until 4 years ago when he finally settled down and married his high school sweetheart. No children yet, but they're working on it. And then there's the beaver. I always figured that living away from home with his wife and family would help Beaver overcome his tendency to be overwhelmed by even the smallest problem. Or so I thought.
Wait, I don't want a divorce. I don't want you to leave.
I'm not. You are.
But Kimberly, how about a trial separation?